going off of Bisaccia, playing with LaFleur coming in a few years ago. How's it been, like, you guys sharing ideas, spitballing back and forth? There's obviously always the vibe out there of like you guys are both the head coaches of the team. Like, talk about Coach LaFleur a little bit. I know you got to be aware of that.
Vibe?
Like, he was on here and he told a really cool story because I was like, yo, like coaching 12, like you've been around a lot of quarterbacks throughout your career. Like, what makes 12 different? And he brought up, actually, it was both of you guys. He brought up a play from Detroit where you guys are literally talking right before as the play clock's winding down, and he's in his mind thinks like he's not going to get this ball if he has no clue that it's going down. And it was about to hit zero.
We know exactly.
And he calls a timeout, and he was like, "There's zero coming." Him and Rob are talking back and forth. I call timeout before the clock hits zero, and Aaron just goes like, he's like, Aaron comes over and just gets mad, like, "God damn it, Matt!"
It was a touchdown.
And he's like, it was a learning lesson for him because of how aware he is about so many situations. Like, talk a little bit about your head coach LaFleur.
Under that that picture you just painted.
Now that you have the foundation, go ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes, I'm learning as I get better each time I get on here.
Ooh. There's been a lot of disinformation and misinformation about, that was put out right away when Matt,
right.
We're not going to be able to work together. I'm not coachable. All this bullshit. We basically turned all that on its head pretty quick. I respect the guy who works his ass off. And Matt has an incredible work ethic. He really does. I mean, he is a grinder and he cares about it. And the biggest dance we had to figure out was pairing his knowledge of scheme with my knowledge of experience, on the field. And obviously he's called games. He was coordinator in Tennessee, but I think after the first year in the offseason, we really paired those things up. And we whittled down the offense, took out stuff that we never ran or that didn't work, kind of put a couple things back in that had worked in the past. And it changed a lot of things, I think, for our offense and changed how him and I interacted. The trust was there, and I stopped feeling like, I was a game manager, and I felt like we took the reins off of, or the blinders off of the offense and kind of let us run free and had a couple really good years of offensive football. But the thing I love about Matt is that he does have a growth mindset. And when he came in, the way he's talked to the team in meetings, the way he interacted with the guys, he's still corny and has got his jokes, and we fine him for bad jokes, but
the worst jokes.
But the worst, yeah.
The worst.
But he tries. He cares enough. He tries so hard, and you love that. And he fucking grinds too.
Yeah.
I mean, so how do you not respect that? The dude fucking grinds. You come in, he's got 5 or 6 like really fucking good plays during the week, and you're like, all right, awesome. Thank you for grinding so much. Also, you're getting skinny fat, so just check yourself, Matt.
But no one has to pay attention to skinny fat when you got eyebrows like that.
That's
and
true.
Teeth is white. Like, obviously I know I have veneers. Like, immediately I saw you look down. Like, he has very white teeth naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got his eyebrows, he's got his white teeth. It's hard to look down and understand.
Did you ask him who does his eyebrows?
No, I didn't.
I'm just curious.
Great belly button too.
You got a good belly button. No, he is. He does seem like somebody who he understands. He has like the awareness of his corniness, and he knows, like, he's like, I don't want to try and be somebody I'm not. And I think he really respects that this locker room is player led, and like he used an example of Campbell bringing it up and telling these guys they're going to have a reality check. Like, this practice is hard now because you guys, like the vets or the established guys, aren't going to be playing a lot in this first game.
Right.
And this is good for you because you guys are going to have a reality check in the game. And he stands there and he says, when you sit back and hear guys say stuff like that, it takes like an expectation off, because he's like, I can say it as much as I want.
Yeah.
But it comes from a place of, we're trying to work you guys as hard as possible.
But like conversations that I've had with him, it's like, for him at the beginning, it was he didn't feel like he was doing enough when he was letting those players lead, or like letting 12 like
same thing with 2 minutes. He felt the same way. I feel like
that was coming out of my mouth.
Good.
That was coming out of my mouth. I said it with Aaron with 2 minute was like, and we talked about it on the podcast. It's just like Aaron barely knows what the next play call is going to be. Obviously, Matt's not going to know.
Giving away my secrets, by the way.
That's not secrets at all.
That's true.
That's the biggest open-ended thought process ever.
And it's like no one knows the secret because there is no secret. Nobody knows what's going to happen next.
Right.
Only you know the secret.
It's exciting. You never know.
It is exciting.
You never know, man.
And I think like he was just more so at the beginning, and not like a pride or ego thing, but just he wanted to be like a part of it.
Well, there's ego in this, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm it's not.
Everyone has an ego.
Yeah, there's definitely some ego. It's like, well, I want to be a part of it. I want to help out.
That's the difference of, year 18 versus year 5.5.
Boy, what's the difference?
Ego. Yeah, it is ego. Right to it.
Yeah. Well, I think they're like, no, I feel you because you're trying to have an 18-year career.
Right. Trying to be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Would be nice.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
He can afford to just come out and say that. Well, but I do love that. I do love how open you can be because it gives like a fresh perspective to a lot of people on what goes on in the mind of players that we can't necessarily.
Especially for being a young head coach, though, to have like this locker room is so like good to set a foundation for him like moving forward.
I agree, and it's not like this everywhere.
It's not at all.
No.
What do you mean by that?